Greetings and welcome to Sociology of Leadership. This is section 13.2, and we're continuing our discussion of different forms of economy and how political leaders lead in those forms. So our third type that we're discussing is socialism. And with socialism, means of production are collectively owned by the government, and the distribution of goods and services is guided by the public. So the goals are reduce inequality based on inherited wealth and status, and to lead to the wide distribution of basic resources such as education, housing, and healthcare. Forces of production are claimed in the name of all citizens. Now, socialism, or democratic socialism, the production remains largely in private hands, but the distribution of essential services is the public's responsibility. Examples of democratic socialism exist in Sweden, Germany, and Denmark. They do this, of course, by having a high taxation of income. Sweden's is 44%, Germany is 38%, while the US is 30%, and certainly for not all levels of income. So who are great leaders of socialism? Would Bernie Sanders be a great leader of socialism? And what defines the success of a socialist leader? Now let's turn to communism. In communism, the means of production are collectively owned by the people, and the distribution of goods and services is guided by public needs. This is a utopian society where everybody works for the common good. Of course, based on the book Utopia by Sir Thomas More. In communism, ideally, there would be no income. Everything would be based on need, with no one job more important. Many think that Marx was crazy, but he had some very interesting points. He believed that the more industrialized a society became, the more efficient it would become, and there would be less need for human production. He wrote mostly of combating capitalism, but he did not write about a single solution. But he did write once about a single solution. And his solution was that everybody would work in the factories in the morning, go to discussions in the afternoon, and lectures at night. Actually, it really does sound like a peace-loving society. But are there really, truly any communistic societies in the world? And as we've discussed with others, who are great communist leaders? And what do you think of the communist style of leadership? What did Karl Marx say or write specifically on leadership as it had to do with communism?